Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, it's Del, and today I'm taking a look at Crypt of the NecroDancer, the recently released rhythm-based roguelike game developed by Brace Yourself Games. The game launched on Steam in early access on July 30th last year, and the full release came not too long ago on April the 23rd. The premise of the game is to dance, stab and bomb your way to the staircase at the end of each level, which will take you even deeper into the NecroDancer's crypt. In total, there's 4 different zones with unique environments and enemies with 3 floors per level. At the end of each zone you also fight various musical bosses such as King Konga or Deep Blues to unlock the next zone. You start off by playing as Cadence, the game's main protagonist. The story comes second to the gameplay, but the basic gist of it is that the NecroDancer has set a curse upon Cadence after she ventured into the crypt in search of her father, Dorian. The curse means that her heart has to forever beat in time to the music, therefore she has to attempt to defeat the NecroDancer and save her father to break the curse. As you dance your way through the various zones, you're presented with various types of power-ups and tools to help you. All enemies drop gold, which you can spend in shops for better equipment, while you also start off with a shovel which allows you to break your way through walls, provided they're not made of stone. You'll need a pickaxe for that. You can obtain various spells and armour, along with better weapons, as you only start with a basic dagger, whips, titanium longswords and blunderbusses to name a few. There's various characters to play as, each with specific gameplay traits. For example, when playing as Monk, picking up any gold dropped by enemies will result in instant death. Arya, however, will die if she misses a single beat of the song, and Eli spawns with infinite bombs and no weapons. There are 10 characters altogether, which means the majority of the content in the game comes not from the story or the endless amounts of variety, but from the various gameplay modifiers introduced with each character. Each one will completely change the way that you play. Learning how to beat each type of enemy is all about trial and error. They all have specific patterns of movement and attack. Similar to the Binding of Isaac, the more you play, the more you'll learn how each enemy moves and attacks. Every single enemy has a weak point in their cycle of moves that you need to plan around and take advantage of. Due to the grid-based system, it often does feel like a fast-paced musical game of chess, but that's not a bad thing at all. Obviously, in a game like this, the sound design is absolutely crucial to whether the game is any good or not. The soundtrack for Crypt of the NecroDancer was composed by Danny Baranowski, the same guy behind the soundtracks for the original Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy. It features a mix of electronic and rock music, with the ability to add your own. The game will take a couple of minutes to read the song and assign the beats in the right places, but after that, you're good to go, slaying monsters and bosses to whatever song you feel like, provided you have the MP3 file. So if it's been your lifelong dream to dungeon crawl to the beat of Beethoven's Ode to Joy, now you can. For gamers that are already fans of the roguelike genre, Crypt of the NecroDancer is a must-buy. It's made me experience the love I felt for the Binding of Isaac Rebirth when that released, and it's a fantastic feeling. There's more than enough content to justify the €15 or your regional equivalent price tag, especially with the daily challenges that are released. It's an ideal game for speedrunners too, with the All Zones mode automatically tracking your time in the bottom left. If you feel like channeling your inner Dance Dance Revolution, the game is also playable with a dance mat. I can see why some people wouldn't enjoy it, mainly due to the fast-paced nature, but at the end of the day, in my eyes, the game is an 8 out of 10. I'd love to see more zones and bosses, possibly in DLC. That'd be what would take it up to a 9 in my book, one of my favourite games of 2015 so far. It's a top-down vehicular combat game where the goal is to eliminate all the other racers by picking up various power-ups or ramming them off the screen with the aim to be the last vehicle standing. Different game modes means different goals, however, with one game mode titled Knockout rewarding you with a point for every race you take out, whereas Survival does what it says on the tin: do all you can to survive for maximum points. A lot more game modes are planned for the final release, so keep an eye on the Kickstarter for more information on those. The power-ups feel balanced. Obviously some of them are better than others, but they all have their strong points.